Hi there, this is Mr. Weld at creatortest.co.uk looking at an equivalent ratio question. So we've got two people, one of them's walking, one of them's cycling, and the first part of the question says Michael's distance to Edward's distance, and it's asking us to write a ratio for these two distances. Now both distances are in kilometres, so we can quite quickly write 2 to 8, because Michael goes 2 kilometres to Edward's 8 kilometres. Now it says, and we've got to watch out for this, simplifying your answers where appropriate. So at the moment we've not simplified that ratio, so what we need to do is write an equivalent ratio that is a simplified version. So as long as we do the same operation to each side of the ratio, or multiplication or division, we get an equivalent ratio. So what I'm going to do here is divide both sides by 2. Now why did I pick 2? I think people will notice that 2 dividing 2 by 2 gives you a whole number, and dividing 8 by 2 gives you a whole number. So I get 1, 2, 4. Now can I simplify that anymore? No, because if I divide 1 by anything else, it will be less than 1. So we end up with the answer, the ratio of 1 to 4. Now we're going to do exactly the same with the times that Michael and Edward have got. Now the time Michael takes to get to school is 30 minutes. The time Edward takes to get to school is 40 minutes, so we can quite quickly write a ratio for the time it takes them to get to school, 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Now again, same process, we need to think of a number to divide both of these by that keeps us with an equivalent ratio, but a simplified equivalent ratio. So I think the obvious one in this case, and I think it is quite obvious, is that we should divide both by 10. Okay, why do I think it's obvious? Well, what do we know about numbers that end in zeros? Well, we should know that a number that ends in a 0, like 30 and like 40, are divisible by 10. So we're going to divide 30 by 10, and if you divide 30 by 10, you should get 3. I'm going to divide 40 by 10, if I divide 40 by 10, I should get 4. Is that the simplest ratio I can write? Well, let's try to do something else. Can we divide 3 by a number that we can divide 4 by? Because we can divide 3 by 3 and still get 1. But if we divide 4 by 3, we don't get a whole number, we get a fraction. Same idea on the other side. If we divide 4 by something like 2, we get a whole number. If we divide 4 by something like 4, we get a whole number. But if we divide 3 by 2 or 4, we don't get whole numbers, we get a fraction again. So that is the simplest ratio we can have. And there is your answer, 3 to 4.